Welcome to the 2023 McDonald Munro Speyside Stages. Here we're in Fochabers Town Square for the Friday night start before the stages in the dark. This year is the 25th running of the Speyside Stages, and the Car Club are celebrating their 60th anniversary as well. So hopefully there'll be something different, something new, and everyone will enjoy it.
Air bridge collapsing.
There's the sponsor. The sponsor.
As Susan said, 2023 was a big year for the Speyside Stages organising team, marking 60 years of the club and 25 years of the event by running 2 stages on the Friday night. The prospect of the woods in the dark dominating the conversation at the Fochabers start.
That's right, but I've got some good lights on, so I'm hopeful. As long as we don't go sideways, because I'm told that's not good.
No,
no side vision, no lights on the side, so this could be tricky.
I don't know, I hate the dark, always have.
Yeah?
Right. And my lights are so there's nothing going for me at all tonight. Nothing.
We're blind as bats. Got the lights that are pointing at the moon. Pointing at the moon. So we'll be good.
I mean, this is my bedtime. I'm a fair mother. Get up in the morning and working into my bed to sensible time of night. And then there's capering about in the dark.
First time any rallying in the dark. So we'll just wait and see what it's like.
It should be good fun. Should be good fun. I did a fair bit of night driving. We work in night shift up and down the road, so should be good.
Yeah, exactly. There's no reference points. It's just trees, and more trees. So we'll find out.
I don't want to use any expletives, but let's say it begins with an S and ends in hitting myself. So, but we've got 104 wild ponies at the back end of this, so hopefully we'll be all right.
Arndilly and White Ash open proceedings. The likelihood of dust in the dark adding to the challenge. And the dark belonged to Finlay Retson and Paul Beaton, fastest on both stages, to take a 7-second lead to bed with them.
Oh, it's amazing. Forgot how good the dark was, really good. We caught the Evo in front of us at stage 1. I think he must have had a problem, so we lost a little bit of time there just due to the dust, and a little bit of dust in there as well, but it's so good to be behind the wheel of this car in the dark, so big smiles today.
Left 2 in, okay, only 40, square right. And left 1, 80, right 3, long left 4 plus, opens long. And King Care, left 3 minus, very short right 4, left 2.
And that was over a tie for second place. Despite feeling under the weather, David Henderson and Chris Lees ended the night on the exact same time as snowman winners Jock Armstrong and Hannah McKillop. The Imprets are surviving a quick visit to a ditch on the opening stage.
Well done, Jock. Try yourself. See, he just lets the car drift, doesn't he?
This was alright, cautious. Time was better than I expected. Yeah. That one in there, I struggled. It does start to get quite bad on some of the straights and big corners at the end, so I was a bit cautious and went wide on a couple, but fortunately there's no ditches on that stage.
We switched the lights off in the first stage, like the middle main spot, but by the time I got down, switched the light off, I went wide at a corner, nearly went into a ditch. I thought, stop playing about, so just suffer it, you know, it's that 5 seconds I missed and you get a bit of a panic on, but no, I really enjoyed it, something different, so.
Just 3 seconds back, Michael Binney and Claire Mole made a sensational start in their first run in John Forrest's Fiesta R5. The brakes glowing bright red as Michael learned the new car.
Look at the discs glowing in that car, do you see them? I did,
Didn't feel quick, but I think my first time was there or thereabouts. But yeah, just all new, never been in the woods in the dark. It's just a completely different experience, but pretty exhilarating one, I must say. That was cool.
Suddenly, you've got all these big wide open stages. On Michelin's for the first time, Hugh Brunton and Drew Sturrock were only 1 second down on the Fiesta after 2 stages. The Fabia 4 seconds clear of a returning Bruce McCombie and Michael Coutts, another crew on their Fiesta debut.
Bruce McCombie.
John Wink had Will Atkins in the hot seat for this round. Despite feeling they were too cautious, the I-20 was only 2 seconds down on McCombie and 3 up on Mark McCulloch and Micro Hendry. The Proton off to a strong start.
You're a dancer. Don't yourself, boy.
Angus Laurie and Paul Gribben had also started well, the Evo just 6 seconds down on the Proton, and they had only 2 seconds on Ian Wilson and Chris Williams. Ian and Chris making a good start on their second experience of Fiesta Power.
Rally leader, how does that feel after 2 stages last night?
Pretty surreal, to be fair. I've never actually led a proper adult rally in the forest before, so I've got all these great guys behind me that'll be pushing me on. So I think the plan is just to do our own thing and not worry about the times. It's still building up, so it's just all about getting experience and stage mileage. So that's the aim for today.
The traditional 2 runs through Cooper Park opened the Saturday stages before Altmore and the first running of Ballach. Retson and Beaton continued to lead. 2 top 5 times in the park were backed up by another 2 fastest times in the woods. The lead was out to 17 seconds.
This morning, with a total of 11:36 so far. Oh, lovely stuff.
Armstrong and McKillop matched the Fiesta through the park and recorded 2 second fastest times back on the gravel, despite catching another competitor's dust in stage 6. That dust belonged to Henderson and Lee's, third quickest in Altmore. A puncture in Ballach dropped them 59 seconds to the leaders. The Fiesta plummeting down the leaderboard to 11th. The daylight was clearly suiting Wink and Atkins, moving into third with 2 fourth fastest times in 5 and 6. They were now 13 seconds clear of Binney and Mole. The Fiesta crew third quickest in Ballach after being delayed in Altmore.
First gravel stage of the day, we were going well and the car cut out. Exactly the same as what happened to Freddie and the Snowman a couple of years ago. Just the whole thing went dead, and I would say we've lost 20 or 30 seconds there, so it was like a full reset and fire up and go again. So that was really frustrating, but I was relieved when it came back to life. And then that stage there, we just had a good crack at it, and we were third by a couple of seconds. So really pleased with that.
Good, could send in some information.
Hey, Ali Campbell's sitting beside the pool in Mallorca.
4th to 7th was very tight. McCombie and Coutts were just 1 second behind Binney and Mole, and only 3 up on the tying Hugh Brunton and Mark McCulloch. Both crews had been delayed in Ballach, the Fabia spinning up a fire break, and the Proton surviving a brief visit to a ditch.
He's using the width of the road.
McCulloch and Hendry's big rivals from the Snowman, Scott Beattie and Peredur Davies, had sped up with the arrival of the daylight, climbing to 8th from 11th overnight. The Evo now 3 seconds up on Wilson and Williams. The Fiesta Crew's strong run continuing on Saturday morning. Twelfth overnight, Stephen Petch and Michael Wilkinson were also on the move. Now in a Fabia, after using Ford power on the Snowman, they were only 3 seconds back from Wilson and Williams after 6 stages.
That's Petchy.
Henderson and Lees were just 1 second back from the Fabia and only 3 up on Laurie and Gribben. Angus feeling he wasn't being brave enough on the fast sections.
Lee cut there.
Right 6 up. Small crest. Long right 2 continues and turn left 9 around the bale. And go. Keep going. That'll do.
The next loop contained the first run through one of the Speyside's signature stages, the much anticipated Gartley Moor, followed by a second visit to Balloch, now called Coachford. Nothing changed for the top two on this loop, Ritson and Beaton continuing to head Armstrong and McKillop by 17 seconds, despite the Subaru picking up a slow puncture. Wink and Atkins overshot the final hairpin in Coachford, the I-20 still third, but now only 8 seconds ahead of the charging Binney and Mole, the Fiesta fastest in stage 8.
The 7 in over crest. Into long right 1 over flat crest, tightens to 2 in. Caution left 3, right 1, left 2 in, right 5 in. C70, right 1 in, 60, crest long into long left 4 over 50, tightens to 7 after lay-by, and tightens to narrow 9 at fence, keep it tidy. Right 7 in, into turn left 9.
Brunton and Sturrock moved into 5th on this loop, 19 seconds down on Binney and Mole. They had to watch behind them for the charging Henderson and Lees. Fastest in Gartley, David and Chris were only 4 seconds behind the Fabia with 3 stages to go. It continued to be tight in the latter half of the top 10. McCombie and Coots held 7th, 1 second down on Henderson and only 3 up on McCulloch and Hendry. The Proton suffering a puncture in the last mile of stage 8. Beattie and Davies were another 8 seconds back. A half spin in Coachford didn't help, plus they were nursing a broken gearbox mount. The Evo 10 seconds clear of Petch and Wilkinson. Stephen and Michael really enjoying the challenge of their first experience of the Speyside stages.
And then surface change, alright, after this, go now. 150, 1 right into 1 left long, 150, 1 left long flat, 150, 4 right in, go on. 4 right in, it's plus plus again. Go now, 250 down. 250 down. 1 left, care. 140, flat, go on, it's flat. 140, 1 right over crest, 50. 2 left tightens into 3 left into hairpin right.
Wilson and Williams were still close, just 1 second down on the Fabia. They were now 12 seconds clear of Laurie and Gribben, with 3 stages remaining.
The stages are really like driver stages, so I'm not going out necessarily pushing, but I'm having a lot of fun. And like I said last night to one of you guys, it's when I have fun is when I perform at my best, and it just seems to be what's happening. I'm not really looking at results at the moment, so it's just I'm first car out on the road, so that's a new experience. Usually I'm well down the field in my little two-wheel drive car, so I've got nobody else's line to follow. I'm sort of creating my own and just having fun, and that's what it's all about.
Had good and bad luck there. Just that stage before Gartley, yeah, we had followed David Henderson, and luckily he had a puncture for a long way, so dropped a amazing amount of time, but looking for excuses. And then in that stage, repeat stage, we got a puncture in it, so but okay, we're still at the races, we're still lying second, come on.
Maintained third overall, so we'll just have to keep pushing a wee bit harder. See, Michael took 7 out of us in that last one. We went straight on at the hairpin at the end, just at the finish line, so lost a handful of seconds there, so we need to stop doing silly things like that.
We're fourth. Obviously that chunk of time we lost this morning kind of knackered us, so trying to claw him back to Winky there, who's in third, so but he's going well, so we'll be doing well.
You've got another 3 stages to do.
Yeah. No, we'll just keep chipping away. So new set of tyres going on, and we'll have a good crack.
Aileen Forrest made it 2 wins in a row in the ladies' contest, the Evo pilot enjoying a good event-long battle with Megan O'Kane's Fiesta. Also making it 2 wins out of 2, Jim Robertson topped the Hado Energy Super Seniors once again, aided on this occasion by navigator Graham Wilde, standing in for Mike Curry. (21st overall, and the Moats Offshore Junior win was another giant killing performance from reigning junior champion Robert Proudlock and co-driver Stephen Brown. John McElraith and Heather Grisdale made it 2 wins out of 2 in the Groundwater Lift Trucks Subaru Cup. Scott Peacock and Craig Wallace took their first Albon Garage Challengers win of the year, the Evo taking 16th overall. (15th overall and just 2 seconds ahead of the Evo, it was another Autoshop 2-wheel drive win for Peter Stewart and Harry Marchbank. The 208 crew reckoning this was the best run they'd had since moving to Peugeot Power. And for a more in-depth look at the classes and categories, keep an eye out for our further reviews coming soon. 3 more stages would round out the rally, including a second run through Gartley Moor. Laurie and Gribben took 12th overall and 3rd in class at the finish, the Evo just 6 seconds down on Petch and Wilkinson's Fabia after 11 stages. Tenth was an excellent result for Ian Wilson and Chris Williams on their second event in the Rally 2 Fiesta. McCombie and Coote's Fiesta debut had gone very well, 9th overall, and only 3 seconds down on Beattie and Davies at the finish. McCulloch and Hendry enjoyed one of their best events in the gravel so far in the Proton, and they ended up just 4 seconds away from Brunton and Sturrock with a shared fastest time on the final stage. The Fabia crew experimenting with a different engine map on the last loop, and were happy with the results.
40. Flat crest, 200. Right 1 over crest. Right, so right 1 over crest, okay, only 60, bus stop, right entry. 60. Flat right 2 and long crest.
Climbing back up to 5th after their puncture was an excellent recovery for Henderson and Lees. 59 seconds had been dropped with the flat tyre, and they ended the rally just over a minute down on the leaders. A case of what might have been. The battle for the final podium place had to be a highlight of the whole event. Binney and Mole on the charge, setting 2 fastest times on the last 2 stages and closing to within 1 second of 3rd place at the end of the event.
Opens long 5 left. Go on. And care, small crest, into long 3 right, nips late. And 6 left. 40, slow 6 right, only 40, 2 left narrows here on the tape.
And for their part, Wink and Atkins were determined to hold on, matching the Fiesta's time on the final test to ensure 3rd overall. Both crews absolutely delighted at the finish after an excellent battle between good friends.
Absolutely chuffed for John. He drove fantastically well today, and we had a really good battle, and that's what it should be like. We traded seconds all day, and that's why you come rallying. So
Extremely fast, very busy. I think I've never looked up as little because there just wasn't the time to look out the window. Not sightseeing or anything, but I sometimes like to look and see where I'm going.
Ecstatic. Yeah, I'm just delighted. We were pretty sure it was going to be 4th going into the last stage, with 1 second between us and Michael and Claire. So it was keep it neat and tidy and just be sensible. That seemed to work. So match times with Michael and Claire. So
Yeah, 1 second in it at the end, yeah.
after like 53 stage miles, it's pretty amazing.
It is, yeah. And this is another podium. You have a podium on the Snowman as well.
Yeah. So I feel like an alcoholic with all this champagne.
Loved it. Really enjoyed it last year, and then come back again and loved it again this year. It stages are smooth and fast, and yeah, really enjoy it.
Come back next year?
Yeah, I reckon so.
That battle for 3rd was so intense that it brought them to within 5 seconds of 2nd place. Jock and Hannah delayed on stage 10 with a return of the overheating exhaust issues that affected the car at the start of 2022. 4th fastest on the final stage was enough to secure 2nd at the finish and keep them in the championship points lead. Retson and Beaton almost threw it all away on the final stage. Despite the on-the-edge moment, they survived to take their first win as a team and Finley's first win in the woods. Leading from start to finish, it was a very impressive and controlled performance. And with Finley's favoured tarmac surface for the next 2 events, the Fiesta crew are definitely going to be in the mix at the top.
Yeah, very happy. Very happy, to be fair. No, it's been a good 2 days, or day and a half, shall we say. The night stages was something nice that the Scottish Championship doesn't usually do, so I think, the night stages were a highlight of mine anyway, and obviously the win as well was very good, so very happy.
Good. How was it from your side of the car?
Yeah, it was good. We wouldn't have said we came with a plan. We didn't expect to be as far up as we were, to be honest. So yeah, but to lead from the front, it was very good. I was quite impressed with Finley all weekend. He drove really well, and yeah, long may it continue.
So 2 events in and 2 different winners. The 2023 KNC Groundworks Scottish Rally Championship is shaping up to be one of the closest in recent memory. Up next we move on to a sealed surface with the Jim Clark Reivers Rally in May.